Hello everyone, and welcome to Tales from the In-Between. Tonight I invite you into a tiny village, where twilight drips the walls in soft shadows. There lived a young artist named Mira, who loved to shape light with her fingers. Every evening she stood by her window, moving her hands in the air as if sculpting invisible clay. One night, to her astonishment, the very shadow she'd drawn her walls stepped free, dancing and twirling in the lamplight. Word spread, villagers crept to her window each night to watch birds, cats, and curious little figures perform without strings or stick. Mira felt a thrill run through her as she guided every perfectly silent movement. She was the unseen puppeteer, and her shadows were her masterpiece. Their quiet grace filled her lonely heart with joy. Then Mira dreamed of a bigger stage. She packed her paints and left for the glittering city, like talent scouts proud for the next sensation. Under bright lights, she called for her shadows. She raised her hands, whispered the old rhythm of shapes, and nothing appeared. The curtain stayed empty. The audience drifted into restless chatter and then laughter. Mira fled back to her village under a sky she hardly recognized. At home, she found her shadows gathered on the doorstep like faithful friends. They bowed and leaped for joy. Baffled, Mira knelt and traced a new set of forms on the wall. A tiny fox emerged, darting across the floor. "Why did you never come with me?" she asked. The shadows glided toward her sketch pad, which lay crumpled and unused. Mira realized that chasing applause had made her forget the simple love that first gave life to her creations. The next evening, she started again in her old window, calling only on one curious child, who peeked in the glass. To the child's wide eyes, Mira painted a dragon's wing. He soared into the room, silent and magnificent. Words spread anew, but not because of flashy posters or big lights. It spread from heart to heart, whispered by children and by anyone who remembered what it felt like to catch a glimpse of wonder in the dark. Mira learned something true. Magic awakens only when you share it from the heart, not for crowds or glory. Her small performances became intimate gatherings, each shadow a promise kept between two souls. Fame found her again, but this time it traveled softly, carried by the breath of those who witnessed her quiet miracles. And tonight, as you watch me speak, you know that you are part of this invisible shadow play, because the greatest stories live not on grand stages, but in the spaces between us, where light and darkness meet, and every shadow waits for someone brave enough to give it shape.